Okay, what's up YouTube? This video is going to be about mixed race London, mixed race Britain, whatever. Um, yeah, and basically what I hear from mixed race people, what I see, and really my opinion on stuff. Now, you don't really hear the voice of mixed race people that much because they're classified as black, yeah? But then all my mixed race friends classify themselves as mixed race, but I have realized that they tend to connect with their black side more than they do with their white side. And I don't know if that's got to do with the fact that the majority of mixed race people out there have a black father and a white mother, and they just take up for their father's side, you know. But anyway, I'm just going to be talking about my experience and, you know, with mixed race people and what they've told me about being mixed race and that. Now, with my experience, there's been two sides. I've met mixed race people who are like very aware of what it's like to be mixed race and the fact that they are, whether they like it or not, are seen as black. And then I have mixed race people who, in my opinion, seem to be very naive, you know, and act like everything's perfect when, you know, it's not. And we all know that it's not, you know. And I've got this one mixed race friend, yeah, who has a white mother and a black dad, yeah, Jamaican and Irish. Now, she classifies herself as mixed race. And, you know, because she's been growing up in London, she's had no problems whatsoever. She was accepted by her mum's side and she was accepted by her dad's side. And she said, okay, there'll be a few people who make comments about her lighter skin and her curly hair and that, but she said, you know, everything has been positive, you know. So she was telling me how she connects with her black side more because she knows that at the end of the day, that's what people see her as. And with my cousin now, she's 23, and my uncle raised her basically because her mum's Turkish and then my uncle's Jamaican, and her mum ran away for some reason, I know, and left 3 mixed race kids with, you know, my uncle, and my uncle brought them up, and because he brought them up around our family, they rarely grew up in a house full of black people, black and mixed race people, you know, so they saw people who looked like them, if you could say that now. And yeah, so growing around that environment, she said that she classifies herself as a black woman. She said, oh yeah, I know I'm mixed race, but at the end of it, I'm still a black woman. I'm a mixed race black woman. And I was thinking, well, how could you be mixed race and a black woman at the same time? And she goes, well, I know that I have 2 parents of a different race, but that's how I classify myself, as a black woman. And then I said to her, like, okay, maybe if you look at her, yeah, she's like really light skinned, yeah, and like if you just dyed her hair blonde and gave her blue contacts, she could pass as like a Eastern European white woman, because, you know, she doesn't look like she has black in her, you could say. She looks more like she's mixed with something else, but not black. But that's what she classifies herself, you know, as a black woman. So I was like, okay, I wasn't going to argue with her. I was like, okay, whatever. And then you have the mixed race people who are proud to be mixed race, and they you know, embrace both of their sides. And I think, you know, they should be allowed to do that, you know, because And there's some mixed race people who get upset when they're classified as black, just being black, because they know that they're not fully black, you know. And I can understand why they get annoyed, because I wouldn't want to be called something that I know I'm not, you know. And basically, yeah, I just get annoyed, and I can see why they get frustrated. And I was reading this thing on Facebook, and it was basically a discussion about how mixed race people feel about Obama being called black. And the majority of them didn't like it at all. They were like, he's mixed race, why are they calling him black for, da 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 da. And to myself, I was thinking to myself, okay, like, I know Obama is mixed race, yeah, everyone knows that. But in America, it's different, you know, that black people, if you have a drop of black blood in you, or black roots, or whatever, that you're classified as black. And yeah, I can understand why they get upset, because I don't know, I think I wouldn't say it's harder being mixed race, but I think it comes with a little bit more problems, because not only have you got the risk of not being accepted by black people or white people, if you're not accepted by either race, you're still going to be treated as a black person. Whether you're mixed race or not, mixed race or black, you're going to be treated like a black person. You may be discriminated against your skin color. The fact that you have black in you is going to cause some problems, you know. And yeah, I think, I don't know if the whole mixed race thing is just being blown out of proportion or whatever, but I do think that they need some sort of voice, because even though, you know, they're classified as black, I think there's a little bit more to it. I don't know, if you disagree, then post comments or whatever. This isn't a very well structured video, it's just random, because it just came to the top of my head. But yeah, I'm still thinking about it, but I don't think I don't know if you can put mixed race and black in the same box, because like I said, there's loads of different problems that come with being mixed race, you know. I don't know. And yeah, this other thing, oh my gosh, I don't know if you've seen this, but I was on Facebook, MySpace actually, and there was this thing, I don't know if I should be bothered by it, or I should just laugh it off or whatever, but there's this thing, and it was like something like, everybody loves a mixed race girl, or something like that, I can't remember, something like that. And then you see bare boys on the comment pages like, yeah, everyone likes a mixed race girl, da da da. And then I didn't know whether I should be bothered by it, or just, you know, shrug it off, like, you know, just don't take it serious. But then one of my black friends, she was like, oh, have you seen this thing on MySpace about these mixed race girls posting how everyone likes a mixed race girl and blah blah blah? And she was like, oh yeah, and now you got these boys posting it on their MySpace page, yet still they say anything to make black girls seem dumb. That's what she said, yeah. And I was thinking about it, yeah, and I was wondering if there's such thing as mixed race pride, like sort of like if everyone was to say everyone likes a black girl or something like that, would people be as bothered, you know? I'll have to make a part 2.